Anthony Joshua versus Oleksandr Usyk, a fight that I've been very, very excited about for a long time. I've wanted to see it for an awful long time.
Yeah.
Where do you stand with it all? Seems to be the general feeling is that Anthony Joshua will be too big for Oleksandr Usyk on the night. What do you feel is going to happen on Saturday night?
I think size and physicality will/should play a factor.
I sense a but here.
There is a but, because the but is Usyk's not a huge puncher, but he's an accurate puncher. Now, AJ doesn't need to be hit with a huge shot. He just needs to be hit with the right shot. He sometimes overthinks things. Now, you can't start overthinking when you're in front of Oleksandr Usyk, because he's a box of tricks. He's the juggler. So, I don't know. I was hanging around them yesterday, and there's an air of confidence within Usyk and his team, and that's never really a good sign, because you can kind of. I've been around boxing so long that when you're in the fight bubble and you're seeing the teams and stuff, there's always a few that are bricking it. You know what I mean? Whether it's the manager or other people, they're always making problems. Oh no, this isn't right, that's not right. Whereas everything's calm with them. It's spooky. But it's also like, he believes he's really going to win this. You know, and I'm not saying that. I haven't seen AJ, so I'm sure his team and stuff have that level of confidence. And look, if you said to me, Shane, to last £100, put it on a winner, I'm putting it on AJ 7 days a week. But there's still that question mark to say, what if? You know, Tony Bellew got knocked out by him, and that was just such an accurate shot. It was whilst he set it up so well, and he buzzed him a few times, but he didn't go rushing for it, and he was really disciplined behind it. And he buzzed Chisora a few times in that fight, and Chisora's got a great chin. So has he got the power? Yeah, he's definitely got the power, especially when someone's committing to him. He's able to walk them on and time them. But AJ's quicker than Chisora. He's a bigger specimen than Chisora. You know, all of these things end up. There's always a counter argument for it, and he doesn't track as methodical as someone like Gasayev. Probably doesn't punch much harder than Gasayev, but punches in combination better, sets it up, has a bit more size and sort of speed towards him. So there's loads of different arguments, but I'm saying is I'm so intrigued, because it's not just a walkover. And whoever thinks that it's just going to be like a one-sided beatdown, it's not the case. And I would be extremely surprised if it is, because out of the two of them, who's been buzzed throughout their career? AJ's been buzzed by Dillian Whyte. He got hurt to the body as well by Dillian Whyte. Got hurt with a headshot. Got stopped by Andy Ruiz. Got dropped by Klitschko. He's got he overcame that Dillian Whyte. He overcame the Klitschko. Being dropped, got up, regrouped, went again. He went and rebuilt after the Ruiz fight, but there's been lots of times when he's had to ask questions within himself. Usyk's never had to ask questions within himself. And you think, well, if everything does start to crumble with him, does he have those answers? That's one argument. But then you also think, but why has he never had to ask questions for himself? Because he's that good technically. So if AJ tries to stand off and play the fast game, tries to sort of sharp shoot with him, I think he's going to get frustrated. And then if he gets frustrated, is he going to walk in and be gung-ho, kamikaze? So, and walk onto something? I'm not sure. I'm giving you all these different answers and breakdowns, but I think AJ's going to win, and I really hope he does win, because it's great for boxing, and I hope Tyson Fury comes through this and we can get that fight, because it's something that we haven't seen in our lifetimes, and even people like my dad's lifetimes. There's not heavyweight world champions from these islands, and basically be able to box and unify and make an undisputed title. So that's something that us as boxing fans, from being over here, that's something we want to see. But Tyson Fury has the beating of Deontay Wilder, but this is not an easy fight for Anthony Joshua.
Okay, well, I think we got there about there with that breakdown. I think
win.
like it's the sign of a good fight. I think
That's the thing. It's great that we're having these debates, or that I'm even having them within myself, because it's breaking. You got to look at it from all these different angles and think what's really going to go on. It's like, okay, put your money on it. AJ wins. What rounds does he win? He wins 9-12 late on, but 9-12 by a stoppage. But if he doesn't get it, if he doesn't find the shots, if he's feeling a bit flat, it's a fucking hard fight. So let's hope he's on point.
Final one, because it kind of ties in quite nicely. Because you started the podcast talking about weight and slimming down. We spoke about David slimming down. We've seen Anthony Joshua in the photos of him with a slimmer physique, and obviously saw that in the Ruiz rematch. That indicates to me that we are going to see Anthony Joshua move more than potentially we would have done pre-Ruiz 1. How do you think the more slimline physique will work for Anthony Joshua? And also, we've seen Oleksandr Usyk look to bulk up and really grow into heavyweight life. How do you think the two physiques and the two weights could...
Do you reckon Usyk has?
Personally, I don't think he's going to be...
I don't think he's going to be much heavier.
Some people said... So we saw him on the scales, I think, in his camp, and it said it was 230. But I think if he would have trained that back, so that would be about...
101? 103?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't see him being that heavy on fight night. I think he would have...
If he's around 100, I mean, look, like most cruiserweights would be walking in at 97. So if he's walking at 97 when he's boxing Gasev, that's only 3 kilos difference. That's not a big discrepancy of weight. But if he's trying to walk in at 107, then that's going to be a lot. And that's going to take away... He's a skilled fighter. You should never try and overthink things. And that's the thing about AJ, is how much has he overthought this? You know what I mean? Like, don't overthink it. Because if you do, if you even overthink the weight, what are you going to do when he starts moving and shifting around you? And then you're just going to start overthinking, all right, well, I've done that. Oh, shit, you could count me with this one. Don't overthink it. Just be a savage, like Alan Babbage. Just go straight through.
That would be an interesting style change for Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
But yes, okay, I think we're about...
But be ruthless. I don't think he should worry about moving and weight. He's obviously slimmed down. He said the other day about the weight, he just said, I just go whatever I feel like. And I understand that, because sometimes you can, just different weather outside can change how much you're eating and, and how much you're training, and different types of training that you're doing. You might just end up, his S&C coach might have been just doing it different sessions, trying to work on more like power endurance rather than just pure power stuff. So it's like that might have changed the different variables and time, so he might be doing a little bit more, which naturally brought his weight down. But AJ's he's always looked the part, but I don't think it suited him when he was too heavy, like the Klitschko fight. Probably his best weight was around the Dylan White times or Charles Martin, stuff like that, where he was, I think, what was he, about 17.5, 17.4, something like that, 17.75, something.
Yeah, around then. He was 16.10 for the or 16.12 for the Ruiz rematch.
Yeah.
And that was the lightest it'd been for a...
Well, he was working very much on moving. He shouldn't be working on moving against Usyk. He should be working on sort of applying the front foot pressure and then dropping back, but just enough just to keep him under pressure. Nudge him, control the centre of the ring, cut the ring off well, but as soon as Usyk goes to sort of fire, drop him back and either meeting him, drop him back and countering him, or meeting him with a shot on the way in. And that's just, that's something that he naturally does anyway, because he's got good legs. But I wouldn't say try and overthink it and try and move with him, because it's just he's just so sharp.